Hello trainers and welcome to Smashing Gaming. My name is Will and today we have a deck profile all around Alolan Vulpix V. Ever since I saw Alolan Vulpix V in Silver Tempest, I've wanted to cover the deck. So before we get into the deck list, if you like the content that I create, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button or leave a comment below. All comments are always welcome. So with that, let's get into the deck profile. So starting off, we have Arceus V. Arceus V is a normal Pokemon with 220 HP. It has 2 retreat cost and a weakness to fighting. It has 2 attacks. First attack, Trinity Charge. For 2 Colorless Energy, allows us to search our deck for up to 3 basic energies and then attach them to our Pokemon V in any way we like. We then shuffle our deck. And the second attack, for 3 Colorless Energy, Power Edge, does 130. Next, we have Arceus VSTAR. Arceus VSTAR is a normal Pokemon with 280 HP. It has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to fighting. It has 1 attack. Trinity Nova, for 3 Colorless Energy, does 200 damage, and we get to attach 3 basic energies from our deck in any way we like to Pokemon V, and then we shuffle our deck. However, it also has the ability Starbirth that allows us to, once during our turn, search our deck for any 2 cards and place them into our hand. Next, we have Bidoof. Bidoof is a normal Pokemon with 70 HP. It has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to fighting. It has 1 attack, Rollout, that for 2 Colorless Energy does 30 damage. Next, we have Bibarel. Bibarel is a normal Pokemon with 120 HP. It has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to fighting. It has 1 attack, Tail Smash, that for 3 Colorless Energy, you get to flip a coin, and if tails, this attack does nothing, and if heads, it does 100 damage. It also has the ability, Industrious Incisors, that allows us to, once per turn, we can draw cards until we have 5 in our hand. Next, we have Drapion V. Drapion V is a dark Pokemon with 210 HP. It has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to fighting. It has 1 attack, Dynamic Tail, that does 190 damage, and we have to do 60 damage to one of our own Pokemon, and that is for 4 Colorless Energy. However, it also has the ability Wild Style that reduces the attack cost of Dynamic Tail by 1 energy per each Rapid Strike, Single Strike or Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So this is a great tech card for Mew. Next, we have Radiant Gardevoir. Radiant Gardevoir is a Psychic Pokemon. It has 130 HP. It has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to metal. It has 1 attack, Psychic, that for 1 Psychic Energy and 2 Colorless Energy does 70 damage, and you do 10 more damage for each energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. However, it is in here for its ability, Loving Veil. That means that all of our Pokemon take 20 less damage from attacks from our opponent's Pokemon V. Next, we have the star of the deck, Alolan Vulpix V. Alolan Vulpix V is a water Pokemon. It has 190 HP, it has a retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to metal. It has 2 attacks. First attack, White Drop, that for 0 energy you get to do 10 damage, and if your opponent's Pokemon is a Pokemon V, you can do 50 more. It also has the attack Frost Smash, that for 1 water and 2 Colorless Energy does 110 damage. Next, we have Alolan Vulpix VStar. Alolan Vulpix VStar is a water Pokemon. It has 240 HP, it has a retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to metal, and it has 2 attacks. First attack, Snow Mirage, for 1 water and 2 Colorless Energy, does 160 damage, and during the next turn, if your opponent attacks Alolan Vulpix V with a Pokemon that has an ability, no damage is done. And the second attack is Silvery Snowstar, that does, for 0 energy, does 70 damage times the number of Pokemon V in play. That's your opponent's Pokemon V. Next, we have Lumineon V. Lumineon V is a water Pokemon. It has 170 HP. It has 1 retreat cost and a weakness to lightning. It has 1 attack, Aqua Return, that for 1 water and 2 Colorless Energy does 120 damage, and you shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it back into your deck. However, it is in here for its ability, Luminous Sign, and when you place Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you can search a card for any support card and put it in your hand. You then shuffle your deck. Lastly, we have 1 copy of Manaphy. Manaphy is a water Pokemon with 70 HP, retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to lightning. It has 1 attack, Rain Splash, that does 20 damage, and has the ability Wave Veil that prevents damage done to our opponent. It has a Wave Veil that prevents all damage done to our bench Pokemon from our opponent's Pokemon's attacks. So with that, let's get into the trainers. So, starting off with the trainers, we have Evolution Incense. Evolution Incense allows us to search for any evolution Pokemon in our deck. This is great for finding our Alolan Vulpixes, or our Arceus VSTARs, or even Bibarel for when we need it. Next, we have Ordinary Rod. Ordinary Rod is in here, it allows us to take 2 Pokemon, or 2 energy, or 2 Pokemon and 2 energy from our discard pile and put them back into our deck. This is great for recovery and recovering resources. We also have 1 copy of Pal Pad. Pal Pad allows us to shuffle 2 supporters from our discard pile back into our deck. This is great for recovering cards like Boss's Orders that we might need later in the game, or even something like a Professor's Research. Next, we have Quick Ball. Quick Ball is in here for finding our basic Pokemon. It allows us to find any basic Pokemon by discarding 1 card in our hand. We can then search our deck, reveal it, and place it into our hand. Next, we have Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball allows us to search for any Pokemon, regardless if it's an evolution or a basic. We have to discard 2 cards in order to use this. Again, great Pokemon search. Next, we have Lake Acuity. I'm probably not saying that right, but anyway, it is a stadium card. That means that all of our Pokemon that have water or fighting energy attached to it take 20 less damage from our opponent's attacks. This is great for reducing the damage on both Arceus and Alolan Vulpix. Next, we have 1 copy of Training Court. Training Court allows us to, once per turn, to take a basic energy from our discard pile and place it into our hand. This is great for recovering some energy. Next, we have the usual copies of Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders is in here to allow us to pull one of our opponent's bench Pokemon into active. This is great if we need to maybe stall for a turn, or for taking knockouts when we need to. Next, we have 1 copy of Cheren's Care. Cheren's Care allows us to put one of our normal Pokemon that has any damage counters attached to it back into our hand. This is great for recovering Arceus if it takes some damage early in the game and getting it off the field, as it may be a liability. Next, we have Judge. Judge allows us to shuffle our hand into our deck and draw 4 cards, and our opponent also has to shuffle their deck and draw 4 cards, so this is great disruption if our opponent has, say, a full hand. Next, we have one of my favourite cards, and that is Melony. Melony allows us to attach a War Energy from a discard pile to one of our Pokemon V, and if we do, we get to draw 3 cards. This is similar to the old Welder card that used to allow you to attach 2 Fire Energies from your hand, and you got to draw 2 cards as well. Next, we have Professor's Research. Professor's Research just allows us to discard our hand and draw 7 cards. We also have 1 copy of Raihan. Raihan is in here in case one of our Pokemon get knocked out. We get to attach a basic energy from our discard pile onto one of our Pokemon, and if we do, we can search our deck for any 1 card. It must be noted though, we must have the basic energy in the discard pile in order to use Raihan. Next, we have a copy of Roxanne. Roxanne is in here, just great disruption if our opponent is doing pretty well early on. We can disrupt their hand, they get to shuffle their hand into their deck and draw 2, and we shuffle our hand into our deck and we get to draw 6. Next, we have a copy of Air Balloon, just great for reducing our retreat cost. We also have a copy of Big Charm in here. This is to help increase Alolan Vulpix HP, or even increase Arceus' HP if we need to, by 30. We also have 1 copy of Big Parasol. Big Parasol is in here as it prevents the effects of all attacks done to our Pokemon by our opponent's Pokemon. This is great against things like Sableye, or even perhaps the I've seen the Lugia decks playing Yveltal from the one that basically knocks your opponent out immediately. We also have a copy of Choice Belt. Choice Belt allows our Pokemon to do 50 more damage to our opponent's active Pokemon V. And we also have a copy of Forest Sealstone. So Forest Sealstone is in here as a backup in case we have either somehow managed to prize both of our Arceuses, or if we really need to get something to start off with. So that's the reason for this in there. So with that, let's get into the tech cards. So this is a new section that I would like to discuss some possible tech cards for the deck. So starting off, we have original form Palkia V. Palkia V is a water Pokemon. It has 220 HP, it has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to lightning. It has 2 attacks. First attack, Rule the Region. For 1 water energy, allows you to search your deck for a stadium card, reveal it and put it into your hand. You then shuffle your deck. And the second attack, that for 2 water and 1 colorless energy, Hydro Break, does 200 damage and this Pokemon doesn't get to attack next turn. The next tech we have is original form Palkia VStar. Palkia VStar is a water Pokemon. It has 280 HP, it has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to lightning. It has 1 attack, Subspace Spell, that does 60 damage plus 20 more for each of our opponent's bench and our own bench Pokemon, and that's for 2 water energy. It also has the ability Star Portal that allows us to, once during your turn, you can attach up to 3 energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. So Palkia is in here as potential replacement for Arceus VSTAR. Next, as a replacement for Gardevoir, we have Radiant Greninja. So Radiant Greninja is a water Pokemon. It has 130 HP, it has a retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to lightning. It has 1 attack for 2 water and 1 colorless energy. Moonlight Shuriken, you discard 2 energies from this Pokemon and this attack does 90 damage to 2 of our opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance for bench Pokemon. And it also has the ability Conceal Cards, that you must discard an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability, but you get to draw 2 cards. Lastly, we have Worker. Worker allows us to draw 3 cards and discard a stadium card in play. This is great if our opponent is playing things like Path to the Peak. And actually, when you look at the gameplay, you'll see that I have actually teched in Worker into the deck list, so I will make sure that the deck list is updated as part of the video. So with that, let's get into the energies. So with the energies for the deck list, we have Double Turbo Energy. Double Turbo Energy is in here as it provides 2 colorless energy, allowing us to use Arceus' first attack to power up our bench Pokemon for 1 attachment. It does mean though that our attacks do 20 less damage, but it also can be used to power up Alolan Vulpix's attack if we are struggling to get the water energy attached. We have to be careful though, as Duraludon is being played more because there's so much special energy being played now in Standard. We have to be careful when we attach Double Turbo that we don't attach the Pokemon we are hoping to attack with. And lastly, we have a few copies of Water Energy because it is required for our Pokemon. So with that, let's get into some games. Okay, here we go, a game with Alolan Vulpix V. See what we're up against. Hopefully we can get up against some decks that have special energy so we can utilise Alolan Vulpix's own ability. So let's see. Well, not special energy, with abilities. So let's see now. Okay, not the best start. We do get Gardevoir though. We do have Quick Ball to have a peek in the deck, so what we'll do is we'll see if we can get ourselves a... Probably want to get ourselves a Arceus. And we'll attach the Turbo and we'll also just do with a bit of deck filling here. We do have Melony to attach and draw some cards, but we'll maybe possibly be stuck in the active. Although we do have Arceus' ability Starbirth to search our deck for any card that we need. This looks like it's Rapid Strike Lost engine, I guess. So it does mean that Alolan Vulpix's ability isn't going to be much use to us here. It also does mean that Arceus is weak to fighting, so this could be a tough match. We'll see how we do. Certainly we want to get ourselves our own Manaphy set up, just to avoid any bench damage if it is indeed Urshifu. So they are going for Cramorant, okay, that's fine. Imagine they'll do the Cramorant dance, yeah, so there's a Scoop Up Nets and there's Switches and all this good stuff to go digging. We just have to wait our turn. I've also got a Vulpix Lost Box engine deck as well, but I felt that the Arceus build was just better overall. Very interesting to see what type of deck this is. Looks like your opponent is setting up quite well. And they have, so it is Rapid Strike Urshifu, well that's fine. I expect they'll go for a escape rope here. They have used Corliss experiment, so I'm not too worried about the Arceus getting knocked out, because we can kind of accept that it's going to get knocked out. But we definitely do want to get Manaphy onto the bench. The opponent's going to take a while. They're probably deciding whether to go in with the Urshifu or with the Cramorant. Cramorant would be the better option. They may actually have escape rope here, which would push us into the active, and they can then hit us with Urshifu. So there's the escape rope. So we'll see if they go in with Cramorant or if they decide to go with Urshifu. So it's going to be Cramorant, and they're going to go for spin instantly. That's fine. So what we'll do here is we will get some cards. I think we also want to get ourselves a Manaphy. Drapion may come in useful here. It may not though. I want to put the Melony back, and we will use Starbirth. Ultimately, Arceus is going to go down, so we'll get ourselves the 2 Alolan Vulpixes. Fine, assuming we don't get undisrupted. Yeah, that's fine. And leave the training court just now. So we'll use Trinity Nova and we'll accelerate 3 energies onto our Alolan Vulpix. So we have a 1 here, 2, and we'll put 1 on the other. We do get to take 1 prize. It looks like the water energy, which will come in useful. Our opponent may decide to go for the Manaphy. The Manaphy will prevent them from using the Rapid Strike attack. I can't remember its name. It's not Furious Fists. It's something like that anyway. We'll see how they do. Okay, so it looks like they may also be set up for not Cramorant, Sableye, so I would like to also try and get a Umbrella here. Just avoid the Sableye pinging and taking out our Manaphy or our Bidoof. They will take a knockout here, even if they don't evolve, is fine. We should be able to discard our entire hand here and attack with Alolan Vulpix next turn. We will probably have to try and get a Big Charm just to increase our health, so we can try and survive a lot longer. They are going to go in for Tower of Waters here. Are they going to retreat the Urshifu? They may decide to retreat the Urshifu, in which case we probably want to go for Boss. It looks like they are maybe digging for another escape rope here. I don't really want to give up either any of our benched. Looks like they were just digging for something else there. Okay, so they're back into the Urshifu. Yeah, so they were looking for an Ultra Ball so they could evolve the Urshifu into Urshifu Vmax. At least they'll be able to see the name of the attack. So it's Gmax Rapid Flow. That's what it's. Yeah, it is Gmax Rapid Flow. I was wondering there if, because they had Psychic Energy attached to it, but the Psychic Energy obviously means they are playing Sableye. So they do get the knockout here. They do have to use Gmax Rapid Flow though to get the knockout because they didn't evolve and then go into the active. We will have to discard the energy. So Manaphy did come in useful here. And I'll get to take 2 prizes, but that's fine, that's fine. We'll go into our Alolan Vulpix here, so we're hoping for a Alolan Vulpix VStar now. We should have it because we've got the Ultra Ball. We do want to get rid of the Tower Waters though, that just reduces them from being able to retreat. We do get a worker and the Ultra Ball. I'm tempted to, well, I guess what we'll do is we'll Melony. We'll keep worker because they'll probably go for another Tower of Waters, and we'll evolve our Alolan Vulpix. We will also actually just evolve both our Alolan Vulpixes. Just because we probably will get roped again, and we'll draw ourselves an energy with the Training Court, so we should be good now. So we'll just go for Snow Mirage. We'll do 190, so we are 2 hitting Urshifu, so at least we got the first hit in. We do have juice damage thanks to Gardevoir, and if we can get a Big Charm on the other Vulpix, we should be in not too bad a state here. Do we still have Rod? Yeah, we still have Rod, and I was right to keep it, so they have put Path to the Peak in, although we have used our VSTAR ability now, so it shouldn't matter anymore. Plus, a Alolan Vulpix's ability is a attack ability, so it is not turned off with Path to the Peak. So they are going to go for Drapion, and maybe probably just Deck Fin in here. If we're not playing any single Rapid Earth use, oh, and they're going to scoop, okay, they must have not got what they wanted. Okay, so that's first game, so we'll see if we can get another game. Okay, we go with another game with Alolan Vulpix. Let's see if we can get a win. The opponent does have a Charizard box, so if it is indeed Charizard, we do have the type advantage here. As it's a coin and the card's leaf, I'm going to assume it is Charizard. Is it going to be Charizard VStar, or is it going to be a Leonzard? So we certainly don't have any energies to start with, so it looks like it's going to be Radiant Greninja. Okay, interesting. Let us go in for Arceus. Hopefully we can draw into a energy. One is going to take a mulligan here. So it looks like it's Arceus Greninja. So Alolan Vulpix will come in handy here, as I believe both Arceus and Greninja do have abilities, so we'll get rid of the, probably don't need the Drapion. We'll get ourselves a Bibarel. Now we will have to get Manaphy set up later on. Although we do with the attachment on the Arceus, which doesn't feel good. So our opponent has used the Pokestop. So they have discarded a Articuno and a double turbo. They can use Articuno's abilities Reconstitute to discard 2 cards and draw 1. They do have one part of the Greninja in the discard pile. We're just going to get shuffled. Okay, that's not the best, but we still can get ourselves Bibarel and try and get out of this predicament we're in. We do have the Galarian Meowth now to start discarding the Greninjas. So we are going to attach here, and I am just going to, I think, we'll keep the Roxanne and get ourselves a Bibarel. Don't want to risk using the Pokestop until I've got Manaphy on the bench. So we get the Alolan Vulpix. I probably will actually just get rid of the Pokestop. That's fine, and we can use Trinity Charge to accelerate. Put 2 on here and 1 here. This is good to spread the energy out in case our opponent decides to boss something. If they do decide to boss, they will take the knockout on the Vulpix, which wouldn't be very good. Although they won't be able to hit us now if we go into Vulpix, because Arceus has an ability. And as I said before, I'm pretty sure Green Ninja, one of the PCs has an ability, so I'm guessing it would class as an ability. See, I would imagine they're going to go for Burnett. They're going to go for Adventures Discovery, okay, so they're going to get themselves the 3 PCs missing. Yeah, so it has abilities, so they shouldn't be able to use Radiant Green Ninja against us. They should also not really get a knockout on the Arceus, but it is making it more imperative that we get Manaphy onto the bench, so we probably will need to Lumineon and go for a research. We do get to have a look at our hand, that's fine. As long as we can now bench Manaphy, we don't have to worry about Twister Shuriken. Though, I don't think we can take one knockout here, so we will attach here, we'll bench the Bidoof, see if we can get Manaphy. Okay, so it looks like we are just going to be researching here, so I want to put the Raihan and Melony back into the deck. Let's go digging for a Ultra Ball, a Quick Ball, something like that. We'll get ourselves another Vulpix set up. We do have the rod, so we are going to go for Manaphy. We're just going to retreat now into our benched Vulpix. We're going to use, so what's noise does 70, so that's what, 40, so it does do more damage, but I want to keep the V-Star ability just now. As I say, they shouldn't be able to hit us with the Green Ninja unless they boss around or escape rope. We'll see. They have not got any bosses in the Scar Pile, but they have used their V-Star power, which does mean you can't just go grab boss. They are going to get rid of those. Probably going to go for escape rope. We're going to go for Drizzile. And then they're going to go for Drizzile into what's going to, can you get here? We're going to go for Adventures Discovery. Okay. Slightly confused by that. So they are feeling the way, so they're just checking to see what we have. So they do know that we've got boss, and yeah, we don't need to worry about the damage from Arceus or even the damage from the Arcanine. We will actually just use Cheren's Care to bring back the Arceus, and we will attach the Choice Belt to the active, so we can increase our damage by 30. We'll get Judge and another Arceus. So our opponent probably wants to disrupt our hand, as we do have both bosses' orders, so I would expect them Melony. Okay, they're not, they're just going to go straight for another Adventures Discovery. They will go for Mewtwo now. This is going to be an interesting, how can the power up Mewtwo? We can get Mewtwo onto the bench, but I can't see them powering it up anytime soon unless they're using something like Mirage Gate, but they've got nothing in the Lost Zone, so they probably just deck fill in here. Dibble Channel won't actually affect us simply because we are fine, so I think we do want to just start hitting into the Green Ninja. We I want to take the knockout on this though. I imagine we'll go for the knockout on the Green Ninja. Let's go for Snowy Mirage. So that leaves the Green Ninja with 110. I think they can heal. All of them that have, all the V's that have a heal. Now you've got Blind Waterfall. You've got Twister, so you can't be poisoned. You can look at the cards in the hand, and whenever your opponent plays an item card, and prevent the effects. So, okay. So we should be fine thanks to Snowy Mirage. They are constantly use Feel Away just to check what we've got. Assuming our hand is not disrupted, yeah, that doesn't do anything to us. I'm going to use Lake of and our opponent's just going to skip. Well, that's fair enough because they can't hit us with Green Ninja. And that's it for the Alolan Vulpix V. So if you like the content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, or leave a comment. All comments are welcome, and I wish you all a good day. So, and we left the battle another day.